Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well today. Enjoying your Sunday. Guys, I've been working on some of the content or the research content, stuff like that I've talked about before. But I'm kind of doing that at the same time I'm doing the videos, so I'm trying to get this all done as quickly as possible. I've had a lot of people um, that have talked to me about they want they would rather have the videos done or showing them what to do. So I'm kind of concentrating on that. I have done a lot of the content, and I promise I will get it out there for you to download as quickly as possible. So we're gonna pick up kind of where we left off last night. Uh, we if this is what the site looks like. It's pretty basic. There's not much on here. We have basically a category added, and then the post that would have been there, put by there by Instant. Okay, so if you remember, I had a article written for the homepage of this site by I Need Articles. The article is complete. I haven't looked at it yet. That's what we're fixing to go do. But when we get this homepage article put on here and then SEO optimized for our keyword, we're going to go ahead and add this site to Traffic Travis, and Traffic Travis is a great software, and there's actually the free version, which I used the free version for a long, long time, and it does pretty much everything you need or everything you want. So let's go ahead and grab our new article from I Need Articles. So basically, what I'm going to do is go take a look at it. Now, just to look, kind of a quick tutorial on this particular website, the writers. You can always read the article. Now, you can always ask for a rewrite. They do charge for rewrites and things like that. But you want to read the article and make sure that it's okay. And a lot of times, I've only had one time where I've had to that I got a bad article. Okay, I've had one time, but most of the time they're pretty good. Okay, and you have to keep in mind that they are unique. Now, one of the things I do is because I want to just make sure and everything, I will take this content and I will run a copyscape on it. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and take all the content and I'll just copy that and I'm going to bring it over to Copyscape. You can get a premium Copyscape account for very, very cheap. It's nothing at all. So I'm going to do that now. With Copyscape, you can do this for free. If I wanted to take this article and then add it to my site, publish it, I could then take that URL, bring it over here to Copyscape, and they would test it for me. Um, you do that free. You can do that free, but I do have a account. It's pennies. Um, so I'm gonna log in and just do what they call a premium search. And so basically, a premium search is you just paste in the content. Whoops, paste in the content. So let me go grab this again and premium search. Um, I've never had I never had content come back as being any kind of duplicate content or anything like that. So this is what you should see. Okay. Um, and again, remember we've talked about ways to make the content seem that it's unique, and it does work. Okay. I mean, it does. Copyscape will look at it and say, okay, it's unique because it wasn't encoded in a certain way. But that's not what we're doing here. This is actually unique, handwritten, freshly written content. So it passes our Copyscape test. That's good. So back on the dashboard, I'm going to go ahead and do a new page. Remember, we're adding this as a page because we're going to go ahead and set a static page for the home page of this site. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. I need to run up here real quick. This is our title, so paste that up there. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Okay, so we have this here. Okay, so the first thing we do is we need to SEO this or optimize this content for what our keyword is. And our keyword here is largemouth bass fishing tips. So we need to do that. And so the process of doing that is just a few things. And if you're using Yoast, again, I've talked about it before. Yoast kind of gives you a guideline of SEOing the content. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we need to identify the 3 instances of our keyword in this content. Now, one thing that sometimes that doesn't happen is sometimes it helps to have your keyword phrase in the first paragraph of the content. I'm not sure how important that is anymore, but that's what it used to be. It used to be, have your keyword phrase in the first paragraph of your content. So we may come back and take a look at that and make some adjustments, but this is going to be our first instance of our keyword right here. And we want to go ahead and bold that. We need to find we have 3 instances of our keyword. We need 1 bold, 1 italics, and 1 underline. That's the basics of optimizing the page of content for a keyword or a search engine spider. This is old school stuff, but we still need to do it. All right, so we have, this is actually the last one. I need to go up and find the other one. But we're going to highlight this, and then we're going to just decorate it with an underline. And then we need to go find the other one. So one of our keyword phrases instances is this particular heading here. But what we're going to do first is we're going to actually have our keyword phrase in an H2 heading. Our H1 heading is actually our title. So we need to have an H2 heading here. We should have another instance of the keyword within the content, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and before you do that, make sure before you do any kind of heading, like if you were to do this right now and highlight that and choose a heading for it, it would change everything. So go ahead and just save this. Now once we have that saved, I'm going to go back and go ahead and make this an H2 heading. All right. Now we may need to have one more instance of our keyword phrase. So what I might do, if it's just not there, we need one more. We may just come down and put in a last sentence that uses our keyword phrase one more time, and then we'll use the italics decoration on it. So we might do just basically a last sentence with our keyword phrase here. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save this again. Okay, so we got it saved again. And basically we're going to scroll down to our bottom area, and we need to put in our focus keyword. Okay, and I should have done that before, but I forgot. But that's okay. So we need to, where it says content analysis, this is kind of what we're looking at. So we can kind of go through these help, kind of the help areas. Now, one quick comment I want to make. There's no software out there that's going to do all of this for you. Everything that you're doing here, there's not really a software out there that's going to do that. Instanish is not going to do it, and other software is not going to do this type of stuff. So whether you bought one of my products, one of my site builders, like Authority Niche Machine, okay, or Weblify or Instanish, these are the types of things you're going to have to do anyway. It don't matter what software you use to build up create a site initially. You're going to have to do this type of stuff. Okay, so our first little our little red dot, our description. Okay, so what we want to do is, you can see here, this is the description that is going to be shown as of right now. Now, it's always a good idea to have your keyword phrase in your meta description. So how do we do that? Well, we can just go in and put in our own meta description. So we might copy a portion of the content that does have our keyword phrase in it, and then just bring it down and edit this. Now, the way you edit this is just simply click on this. Okay, it'll drop down, and you can paste that there, and it will put it. Okay, now you have that, and what will happen is this will end up that'll go away. Okay, so we go to the next one. Now, remember I talked about the first paragraph of the copy. Sometimes they like to to have the keyword in the first paragraph. So now we can do that if we like. We can just simply make an edit and adjust this. Okay, we can do that. Now you can go through and do whatever edits you want. I mean, you might even just come and rearrange these. Bring this up here. Okay, make that. Okay, do something like that. Quick and easy. And then come back down. And now we're into the images. Now we need to have an image, obviously, within the content that is SEO'd properly for our keyword. So now it's time to grab an image. Now, one thing I have to take into account here, is my template. Now, normally I might just come in here and put the image here, aligned left on the first paragraph. But my particular template that I'm using is I'm going to be using this space that you see here, kind of like if you see this particular space right here, I'm going to be using this same type of space for an ad. So I can't come in and put an image here because it really looks horrible. But the idea is we have to have an image in here. So if you know your template and you can think ahead on things like this, it will save you time. So you're not coming back in here having to fix stuff. But the idea is that we need a image that is SEO or optimized for our keyword. So let's go get an image. Use any kind, whatever you want. Just grab an image, from whatever. If you use a plugin or whatever, pick, Pixabay and all these things. Again, I'm just going in Google Images. I'm going to get labeled for use, and I'm going to grab a image. Okay, so I have my image. I'm going to go and let's just say that I'm going to put the image here. We're going to add media. I'm going to upload. Okay, so I'm uploading the image now, and as soon as it gets done, internet's really bad right now, which it's always bad, but anyway, it's bad right now. Okay, so we have the image. Now we want to go ahead and edit this, quickly. I'm just going to paste in my keyword. You know, uh, Sometimes you probably want to take a little bit more time in doing this, but I'm just going to put in my keyword phrase. Okay, I'm going to align this to, actually I'm going to align this to the right. Right now I'm not going to link it to anything, and I'm going to set it to the medium size. Okay, so here's my image. Now, our next objective here is talking about keyword density. Now, I recommend, this is what I do. When it says 0.5%, that's pretty close to where you want to be. If you were to add it maybe one more time, it may go up just a little bit too much, but 3 times is pretty much what we want to do. 3 to 4 times keyword phrase in your content is sufficient for in most cases. So I'm not going to worry about this particular factor. I'm going to go to the next. And the next is no links. Okay. So let's go. When it talks about links, we're talking about mostly for this point interlinking, meaning we need to have a link going to a different page or post on our site. So we're talking about interlinking. And then we're also talking about maybe having an authority link, which links to an authority page off-site. Okay, so let's go ahead and address this. Now, if you remember, we have a couple of articles that are on our site that came from when we created the site initially, so we can use those. So let's go ahead and create one interlink to one of the other posts on our site. Okay, so what we might do is link one of our partial. This is what's called a partial match, in which is largemouth bass fishing. Okay, without the tips. So what we might do is link one of our partials to another post on our site. If you can see, this is another post on our site, so I might just copy that link. This is a post, and I'm going to come back over here and go ahead and link this. Now, a lot of times we can, let's just go ahead and open that in a new tab. Okay, so we have one link going to a different post on our site, which is called interlinking. Now we might talk about adding some type of link out to an authority site. Now we're not talking about linking to a competitor or anything like that, but an authority site would be a press release of some type, maybe Huffington, Wikipedia, stuff like that. So we might go and find an authority site and maybe have link out to a couple of authority um, websites like that. Now, one thing I will say, whenever I go and look for an authority type site, Huffington, Wikipedia, and things like that, you want to pay attention to what you go and search for. Okay, we don't want to just link out to somebody that is also giving fishing tips. Okay, so let's link out to something, maybe a Wikipedia post or something that has something about bass fishing in general. Okay, so we might do a search in Google and then maybe come over to news and see if we can find any type of press release, something to that effect to link to. So basically, I've looked through and I found a couple that we may use. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one as one outbound link. Okay, so we have a couple of authority type press release, Huffington, Wikipedia type links. I'll go ahead and save that. Now, one thing to keep in mind is as we add more content to the site, as we build the site out, we may come back in and update our homepage. Okay, we may add links, we may do this, we may do that, but the most part of it's going to stay static. Okay, but keep in mind you can always come back in and update the homepage. Okay, so the other one here is talking about the title and as it should be. Um, this should be before the helpful here. Don't worry about that too much. It really don't make a difference. Um, okay, so as far as SEO, the basic SEO of the content, we've got pretty much got it taken care of. Okay. Okay, so if we take a look at it, this is the page, and we're going to go back and set this to the home page. But this is what we have so far. Okay. Um, Now, we're not done with this. One of the other things we might need to do is start talking about how we're going to monetize this page beyond the just ads that we're going to add to it within my template. This template I'm using, it allows me to place in ads within the content. But beyond that, we need to talk about monetizing this, right? Okay. So how do we put in Amazon products, right? Now, there, again, you know this. There are thousands of plugins out there that can let you do this. For this particular application, an easy way would be um, EasyAzon's pretty cool as far as just adding in products. Um, but one thing I like to do is using one of Amazon's tools for associates. Okay, so inside your Amazon account, um, you can see here I've only made $4 this month. Not good. Okay, I should be doing a lot more. I always did a lot more than this. Trust me, I made a lot of money with Amazon. But of course, nowadays I'm all of my time's going towards other things, so it's obvious that I've dropped off. But you can make money with this. I mean, it's people say you can't, but you can. Okay. Okay. So one of the tools that I'm going to use on this site is I'm going to go ahead and use Publisher Studio. And I had forgot we have a Firefox has an extension for it. So if you use Firefox, they have an extension. They have it for Internet Explorer, things like that. But also, if you want to use it, you can come in and grab this code and put it on your site. Uh, it actually is on Chrome, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so if you're using Firefox, once you have it activated, the extension activated, you don't have to restart Firefox, but you'll see a little Amazon icon up in the toolbar. Okay. Now I'm going to show you, if you did not want to, if you use Internet Explorer, something like that, that you can't use an extension, you would take this code and you would need to come back over here to your site. Now, this code needs to go in the header or footer, um, header.php or footer.php. Okay. Now, there is a plugin you can install called Headers and Footers that will allow you to put that code in, or your template may have an area. Um, your template may have an area. In this case, you could put in for places like Google Analytics, but you don't want to take up that spot. So you could install the plugin called Headers and Footers. You just go to plugins, add new, search for headers and footers, take this Amazon code and put it in either the header or footer area within that plugin. Very, very simple. Okay, I'm not going to go through that right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to settings and reading, and we're going to set this as our home page. We're going to set that as a static page. Oh, I didn't publish that. That's why. Let me go back and publish that. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and do quick edit, and I'm going to change this from draft to published. Again, remember, we will go back and probably edit that as we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and set that. Now let's go under appearance, and we're going to go and go ahead and start setting up our second menu. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create a new menu. Give it a name. You can name it whatever you like. I'm just going to name it secondary. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and click in pages here. I'm going to click view all, and I'm going to, where it says home, I'm going to check that box and add this to menu. Now, if you click this little arrow, we're going to change the navigation label. We're going to call it home. Okay, this is going to be the bottom whoops, not that one. Primary under header. Now, let's just go ahead and we might as well put a category. Not saying that we'll keep this here. We may move it. We may take it out. Okay, so I just put capitals in there, and let's just go ahead and save that. So that's what the other menu is. Okay, now we're going to come back to this and add the Amazon products. But I know there's a lot of people that want to go over Traffic Travis, so let's go ahead and we'll stop this video and we'll go into Traffic Travis in the next.